sorry.
You were close.
I was close. It's Matt Weed, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, thank you, Pierre. All right, how's everybody doing tonight? All right, so I'm a new dad. I got a brand new little baby girl at home. Brand new baby girl. Thank you. Thank you. She's actually my second daughter. My wife and I were going to wait a couple of years. Then we're going to have one more, and we're going to stop at 3. But I'm pretty positive that one's going to be a girl, too. I'm going to have 3 daughters, I have no doubt, because you see, the thing is, my sperm, they're very chivalrous. My male sperm, my Y swimmers, they're very fast. They get to the egg first, but then they stop and they go, you know what? Ladies first. Yeah, you gals go ahead. We don't need the trophy. We're just happy to be out and about. I'm the first one in my family not to die in a Kleenex. That's all the trophy I need. Now it's your time, girls. Go ahead. Hashtag me too. Time's up, pussy hats. You get it, girls. You get that egg. First you get the egg, then you get to be in Trudeau's cabinet. That's how that works. I thought you guys were okay with Trudeau jokes. No? Anyway, that's what it is. My sperm, they're just too chivalrous. So I got a new baby girl. When they send you home with a new baby, they send it home in a swaddle. If you don't know what a swaddle is, it's basically it's your baby wrapped really tightly in a blanket so it can't move. It's basically a straight jacket for babies. That's what it is. So now moms, naturally very good at the swaddle, as you'd expect. Dads, not so much. It's the dads, we find, unless you have extensive experience wrapping burritos, it's the dads we find it very difficult. And my daughter knows I'm bad at it too. It's weird having a 1-week-old baby already look up at you with such anticipatory disappointment in her eyes. She's just like, what are you doing? You folding underwear? I'm going to be out of this in 2 minutes. Go get help. You're embarrassing yourself. Obviously, she can't talk yet, but that's what she's saying with her eyes. I can tell. Yeah, so I'm no good at the swaddle. And you have to swaddle babies because if you don't, they get their hands free in the middle of the night and they just start scratching and clawing their face to pieces. Babies, you got to understand, they're naturally very vicious creatures. So you got to restrain them for their own good. And I'm no good at the swaddle, so I had to find an alternative. So I just started putting these little zip ties on her hands after she falls asleep. Yeah, it works great. She's got no scratches on her face. I was watching Den of Thieves on Netflix. It's a bank heist movie. It's got Gerard Butler and Ice Cube's son. I don't want to know what his name is. I call him Ice Pebble. It's a bank heist movie. So all the bank robbers are there. They're robbing the bank, and then they got the one guy. He's putting all the little zip ties on all the hostages in the bank. I was like, that guy gets it. I bet that guy's a parent. So I'm no good at the swaddle. My wife, she's got one of these Baby Bjorn baby wraps. Have you guys seen these things? Some of you maybe. Of course, we had to get the elite model. It's very sophisticated. It's got like 17 different points of attachment. The moms, they walk around in these things, such beaming pride. They've got all these flowing frills everywhere. If you haven't seen them before, picture part poncho, part cape, part bulletproof vest. That's basically what it is. I looked into it. They were originally designed for the military as a kind of spelunking harness, and then they just upped the price and remarketed them to yoga moms. They're like, they'll pay $80 for a Lululemon doormat, they'll pay $90 for this thing, I'm sure of it. And they're right. So I made the mistake of trying to put the Baby Bjorn on, and I should have known better. I can't figure out the swaddle, there's no way I'm getting this thing right. So I have it on. I've got my daughter there. I think she's secure on my chest. I take one step. She's dangling at my ankles like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 1. Just. Yeah, so I've since lost my Baby Bjorn privileges. Yeah, so now when I got to carry her now, I got an alternative though. So I got to work around. Whenever I carry her now, I just slip a couple of zip ties on her, one on her wrists, one on her feet. I slide a broomstick through and I carry her around on my back like a hobo's bindle. It works great. I call it Baby Bindle. It's $9.99. There is a Kickstarter campaign if you'd like to contribute after the show. So and the bonus is after she falls asleep, I can just lacrosse pass her into the crib like that. It works great. Now, I make sure she lands on the pillow. I'm not a monster, mind you, but if I can get her in from back behind the change table, that's a 3-pointer. My wife left me alone with the baby for the weekend recently. She went to Kingston, my first time home alone with the baby. The only instructions she gave me, make sure she gets 10 minutes of tummy time a day. I was like, roger that. So if you don't know what tummy time is, newborn babies, they have to spend a certain amount of time on their bellies every day to help develop head control muscles. And babies, they hate this. For them, it's the least comfortable baby Pilates pose. And my daughter's no exception. So the first day, tummy time went completely fine. The second day, ran into a crisis. Ran out of baby formula. And of course, my wife had the car. I couldn't go get more. So my daughter there, she's there in her little zip tie, screaming and crying for formula.
Oh
I didn't know what to do. I panicked. So I did what any father would do. I improvised. Instead of making her bottle with formula, I just made it with my whey protein powder that I take after my workout. It's vanilla flavored. It looks the same. Now, before when we put her in tummy time, she just screamed and cried for the 10 minutes. But since I started giving her the protein and put her on her stomach, she just starts banging out push-ups like a boss. My wife came home, I had to sell it. I was like, check her out in tummy time now. We stick with the protein. I think she's got a real chance at winning gold in baby wrestling at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. What do you think? Huh? Look at those Popeye arms. And you always wanted to go to Japan. But my wife said no, so she's back on formula now, and I've since lost my weekend babysitting privileges. Speaking of formula, so my older daughter, she's 8 now, she's gonna be 9. When she was a little baby, it was still okay to heat up formula in the microwave. Can't do that anymore, because as we now know, the microwaves, they interact with the formula to release gluten, measles, and autism into the milk. So that's out. Microwave's out. So now, whenever I gotta heat up the formula, I gotta do the thing, you gotta put it in the boiling water bath, then you do the thing, you're checking it on your wrist, you know, this thing. Then of course it's too hot, so then you gotta put it in the ice water bath, you leave it in too long, then it gets too cold, you gotta heat it up again. It's a vicious cycle. Our countertop has basically just become a never-ending series of hot and cold baths of varying temperatures. It's like a Nordic spa for bottles. So right now, it's our spa just has the one exposed nipple, though. So anyway, right now the spa, it's only for bottles, but we're talking it over, and we're probably going to install an infinity pool in the kitchen sink, and then we'll open it up to the rest of the dishes. All right, that's my time. Enjoy the rest of the night, everybody. My name's Matt Wayne. Thank you. Good night.